Hey YouTube, I'm back again. Just want to show you this week's pickups, what I've bought over the last week. Yesterday I did a video of some young Indiana Jones VHS tapes that I got on eBay. I'm not putting them in this video. It seems pointless to go through them again so soon, especially when I've got so much to show you as it is. So let's get right into it. Firstly, something that's just a little bit different once again. I managed to grab a couple of lots of slip covers. Most of these, I don't own the movies, but a lot of them are movies that I do intend to get at some point. So to already have the slip covers, in case I don't find them with a slip cover, was the reason for buying most of these. Two of these I have bought the Blu Rays since picking these slip covers up, and then these first three are ones I already own. So firstly, World War Dead. I did buy this Blu Ray probably only a fortnight ago, and it came with a slip cover, so that one's a double. 7, movie I don't own on Blu-ray as yet, but I do already have this slip cover in another lot that I got a while back. And Total Recall, again, I own this version of this movie with this slip cover, so I didn't need that one either. Then The Devil Rides Out. I had no idea this actually had a Blu-ray release, so I'll be keeping a lookout for that one. Then Edge of Tomorrow, not Live Die Repeat as it so blatantly says on this cover. Why they did that I don't know, but yeah, this was an awesome movie. I do have the steelbook of this in 3D actually, but if I can pick this up cheap enough, yeah, I'll probably get it. One that I definitely will be looking out for because I like my 3D releases. Transformers Dark of the Moon, with a lenticular cover there. And we got Logan, Ghost in the Shell. Definitely looking forward to grabbing a copy of this. I definitely want to see this movie. Captain America Civil War. This is the limited edition Captain America slip. There is also an Iron Man one as a companion that sort of mirrors the image of this, and the standard Blu-ray release Rogue One slip. Underworld, Blood Wars, Resident Evil Final Chapter, and Penny Dreadful Season 1 and 2. So yeah, got a pretty decent price on them. Paid a lot less than 50p a piece for them. So yeah, I was really chuffed with that. Right, onto the Blu-rays, and I think these are all Blu-rays that I've picked up this week, which doesn't happen very often. So firstly, this was something I grabbed off eBay. I have seen this entire series. This is Downton Abbey. This is the final season, or final series, Series 6. I currently own Series 1 and 2 and 2 of the Christmas specials. But this came up on eBay. It was less than a £5 with a slip cover. So I was happy to grab this. I got the first season, the first series. When was that? 2 years ago, I think. It was probably a month before the final series, this one, aired on the telly. And I'd never been interested. And somebody kept saying to me, "You've got to watch it, it's really, really good." And I picked up the first series on eBay, I think for a couple of quid, so I thought at that price I'll give it a go, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then watched everything else that was available on Amazon Prime at the time, which was everything apart from this and the finale, over the space of maybe a month and a half, by which time this series had aired. But I recorded them, and I recorded the finale that Christmas, and after I'd finished watching everything on Amazon that was on Amazon up to the end of Series 5, I watched these, and I really enjoyed them. So I've been slowly picking off the ones that I didn't already own, so I'm happy to have picked that up. And last weekend, if those of you that saw the last video I did, I went specifically out to HMV to get an Arrow release, and when I got there, I had them in stock, but I was really disappointed with what I saw with the packaging, and I decided at that point, although I did want them, there and then I wasn't going to get them. I was intending to wait to somewhere I was going to have a price drop, or Arrow would have a sale, and I picked them up. But having got home from that trip last Sunday, and for reasons I don't know why, I decided to go online just to see. I guess I was checking to see what the prices were, and when I got to Arrow's website, there was no mention there at all. They'd completely gone, and usually that means they're out of stock. Now at the end of August, on Arrow's newsletter that they sent out, the Video Deck newsletter, there were still loads of these in stock. In fact, there were only 50% sold out of one, and I think 70% sold out of the other. Anyway, what we have is Shock Treatment Cosmo Edition and Nation Edition. Yeah, the reason I didn't pick these up last week was I was really disappointed with the packaging, and I've seen a few people showing these in the collections, in the pickups, with in some cases quite bad spine damage, crushing, creasing. These obviously haven't come through the post, so there's been no chance for them to get damaged, so I'm really chuffed about that. But the one thing, just the way that they've been sealed, although it's not crushing them, they're definitely bowed, and I just thought the packaging looks so flimsy, like again many people have mentioned on videos, and that's the reason why I decided, you know what, I'm not going to get them. But Arrow sold out. When I looked on Amazon, Amazon had sold out of Cosmo. Now I believe they've got these back in stock, which is a bit of a bummer. But you know, I'm happy I've got them. They weren't overly expensive, and they were a price I was going to pay for them anyway. But it was just the fact that they look so cheaply made, and yeah, so I went back. I don't know if I mentioned this. After all that, I went back on Tuesday evening, I think it was, or Tuesday afternoon. Nipped out of work early because I'd got an alert on Facebook that Arrow or HMV were having a 5 for £30 Arrow sale. So I initially went to see what was available there, and as I still had these, I decided to grab them. But also from HMV, from the Arrow's 5 for £30 sale, I picked up Evil Ed, Burnt Offerings, The Burning, Raising Cain, which comes with a slip cover. This is the limited edition 3-disc set, and Forbidden Zone, which I believe this is the only Arrow Blu-ray that's still available with the old style Arrow packaging, that being the white case with the sort of the white border all the way around. Sort of similar to these, you know, all the older releases look like this. They had the same spine design with sort of the same font on all the writing. But yeah, I think this is the only one that's still available that has this design and the old style discs as well, and it still available with the booklet. I'm guessing this must be one of their worst sellers, that they still have the old stock available. Anyway, I'm rambling once again. So yeah, that was me 5 for 30. They had a lot more available, but the only problem is these days with Arrow, because the stock put in the booklets after sort of the first release or the first pressing of each release, more than not, by the time they hit the sale at HMV, the booklets are gone. So although there was a lot more that I would have liked to have got, most of them no longer contain booklets. So those ones I will have to pick off, as I have been with some others on eBay, I guess, because that's the only place, unless you go somewhere and you see them in hand that have the booklets in. eBay is really the only place that you can get pictures to see that they have the booklets, or a description that definitely tells you they come with the booklets. So moving on, on Friday after work, yeah, I had a wander around the town. Didn't really find anything in the charity shops. I got a single Blu-ray from Cash Converters, another one I've been after for quite some time, Fanboys. It was actually £3. It wasn't the cheapest that I had, but it's still way cheaper than this seems to be selling for online at the moment. I was looking on eBay and on Amazon, and I think the cheapest was about £8. So yeah, I got that. That was a bargain. And then from CEX, I went blank for a moment there. Picked up a few Blu-rays, and I'm going to segue for a moment. I've got to have a little bit of a rant when it comes to CEX, because they seem to have found yet another way to shit on their online customers. I've been saving some vouchers because there was a couple of Arrow DVDs and a bunch of Shameless DVDs that I was wanting to buy, and I was waiting till they were all in stock, and last sort of weekend through to Monday, Tuesday, I'd added what I wanted to my basket, but there was a couple of others that I was waiting for them to get back in stock. And when I looked again on Friday, it had all changed. Previously, I mean years ago, everything was free shipping. There was no limits, no minimum, no maximum order. You could order as much as you want, as long as they had it in stock you could order it. And they started to limit you, or they changed the postage to £2.50 per order, which still is fairly reasonable. I mean, if you were ordering 20, 30, 40, whatever items in your basket, it was pennies per item. And then they changed it so you could have a maximum of 3 of any one item in your basket. Again, not really a problem. Then they changed that to 2 and limited you to 10 items in your basket. That's when things started to get a little bad, because if you can only put 10 things in your basket, you're still only paying £2.50 postage, but if the things you were ordering were only 50p a piece, that was pretty much doubling the price. Now they've changed it once again, that any item that is less than £50 has a postage cost of £1.50 for each item. If it's more than £50, the postage is free. So those 8 DVDs that I wanted to buy went from being £2.50 postage to £12 postage. Yeah, I definitely won't be ordering them online now, at least not from CEX. So I was really disappointed, but I still had a bunch of vouchers, so I had to spend them in the shop. And I still haven't finished, actually. There's still a few more left to go. But on Friday, while I was there, I picked up Resident Evil, the final chapter, which I have a slipcover for, which is awesome. Inferno, I haven't seen this yet. I've seen both the other Da Vinci movies, but this one I haven't seen. It came, as did Resident Evil, with valid UV digital copies. Really chuffed about that. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, the double play, again with a slipcover. I do like this film, a lot of people don't, but yeah, I thought it was really good. It's not the best, but still good. Another one I haven't seen, but I'm looking forward to watching. I've heard good things. Arrival, again, comes with a slipcover. And 3D copy of X-Men Days of Future Past, once again with a slipcover. I see this quite often, but I've never seen it with a slipcover, not since its initial release anyway. This also came with a digital copy, but having the steel book, I already have this on ultraviolet, so if anyone wants to give that a try, they're welcome to have a go. I don't know if it's been used. I don't even know if it's still valid. According to that, it expired. Well, it hasn't expired yet. Oh, I'm not even pointing at it. Yep. So it may have been redeemed. It may not. But give it a go. If it works, let me know in the comments. Yeah. And I do like this movie as well. It's really good. I'll be checking that out in 3D at some point. And then, while I was out collecting that parcel yesterday, I decided to have a look in town, and once again at Cash Converters. This was a different Cash Converters. This was £2. Paranorman, Blu-ray and 3D Blu-ray, which is odd because normally they have it there. It's a 3D Blu-ray and a Blu-ray. It's I guess this was probably an early 3D movie, and Blu-ray was still the I suppose Blu-ray still is the dominant format, but these days when you get a 3D Blu-ray, the 3D Blu-ray comes before the Blu-ray. But yeah, I've not seen this, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then again, some vouchers to spend at CEX, although this again was a different CEX to Friday's. Picked up Underworld Blood Wars, again got the slipcover earlier in the week for that, and Mr. Robot Season 2. I really enjoyed the first series of this, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out. And finally, Poundland, definitely got some new stock in. Had a ton of Blu-rays, well, not a ton of Blu-rays, but a lot of Blu-rays on the shelf. Stuff that I've never seen in the pound shop before, and yeah, grabbed quite a few. So these were all £1 each, obviously, in Poundland. So first we have Girl Most Likely with Kristen Wiig, usually pretty good. Yeah. Then we've got The Universe in 3D. Hostel Part 2. The Double. 2012. I do already have this on Blu-ray, but this is a different release. I believe this is a HMV exclusive with the slipcover. There is a range of films with this style, not least the Total Recall one that I got in that bunch of slipcovers. I already have that Total Recall. I think I have Terminator Salvation as well in this set, and there are a couple of others, District 9 and Battle Los Angeles, definitely within this set as well. Whether there are any more, I don't know. I've never seen any others, and this has got an ultraviolet in it. I don't know if it's valid because I've not tried it yet, but the Total Recall one and the Terminator one that I bought both were, and I've redeemed both of them I think within the last 6 months, so there's a very good chance that this is still good. So yeah, I'll have to try that because I don't have this as an ultraviolet as yet. Then we've got Babylon, Faster, with Dwayne Johnson. I rented this a few years ago when I had Love Film. I didn't think it was that great, but I definitely want to give it a second try because I really do like the movies that Dwayne Johnson's done over the last few years. So yeah, we'll give that another try. Then a few National Geographic. America's Wild States, Wild Hawaii and Wild Florida. Access 360 Degrees, World Heritage. And Man in the Wild. And some more Vinnie Jones goodness, Loaded. I never heard of this one. And some Danny Dyer, who is usually really pretty good. Assassin. And finally, Big History, 3-disc set. This is another History Channel. Don't know much about this, but yeah, gotta be worth a go for £1. So that's it. That's everything over the last week. Quite a haul. Don't know when I'm going to find a chance to watch all of this. Some of it probably won't get watched for quite a while. But yeah, really happy. I think this is going to be the last big update for a while, at least. I mean, I've got a couple more things that I've bought off eBay this week that will arrive, I guess, next week, and there's one pre-order from Amazon that I got a notification today that's been posted, so I should get that tomorrow. And of course there's a few Arrow releases later on in the month coming out. Other than that, I have no plans to buy, at least in large numbers, anything else. I'm going to try and stay clear of buying too much off Amazon and or eBay over the next, at least the next few weeks. And certainly running up to Christmas, I'm going to have to be a little more selective of what I'm buying, just to save a little money for Christmas. And I'm wanting to build some shelves because I'm running out of space for everything. At the moment, my HD collection, since it was removed from here when I changed things around, have been sat in boxes, so I need to build some shelves for those, and the wood for that project isn't cheap. So for the moment, for the time being, the amount of stuff I'm going to be buying is going to be greatly reduced, he says. Whether the willpower will let me do that, I don't know. I'm going to have to be very, very, very selective, like I said. But yeah, I'll still hopefully be doing a weekly update. It'll just be a lot less than normal for a while. Anyway, thank you once again for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Ta-ra.